Hello students, welcome to Misostudy again. As we have discussed about the whole chapter, in this session I will be talking about some questions. So let's start the first question. First three questions are from 1 mark, and again the 3 questions from 2 marks and 2 questions from 3 marks and 2 questions from 5 marks. I will be dealing about this question, how to attempt such type of questions. Some of questions I have included and some I haven't. That does not mean just focus on these questions only. But you have to go back to the sessions, you have to watch those sessions again and again, because each and every topic is important, whatever I have taught in the sessions. So let's talk about the first question. An electrostatic precipitator in a thermal power plant is not able to generate a high voltage of several thousand. Write the ecological implication because of it. First of all, students, tell me one thing. What is the use of this electrostatic precipitator? Right. So just remember that session when I will discuss about that. Electrostatic precipitator help in controlling the air pollution. So what they do? They help in controlling air pollution. Air pollution. Pollution. Now what does electrostatic precipitator do? This electrostatic precipitator, they releases electron. What is the function of these? Electrostatic precipitator. They releases electron. Right. 1000 volt of current they flows out from this electrostatic precipitator, due to which the electron are released from it. They trap the dust particles. They trap the dust particle. That is why overall, when we talk about the exhaust of many factories, industries, etc., the electrostatic precipitator they are employed, so that dust particles they can be trapped. But just imagine a situation when there is no generation of such high voltage of several thousand. In this case, no electron will be released, no trapping of these dust particles will be done, so that the air pollution will not be controlled. So this is a consequence. So we have to repair these electrostatic precipitator. So this is the correct answer for the question number 1. Let's move towards our next question, that is a question number 2. Now list 2 advantages of use of unleaded petrol. Unleaded petrol, this is more towards controlling the air pollution. Today the pollution is spreading, and the reason is that one of the major reason is the burning of fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuel is there, due to which the poisonous gases they are released into atmosphere, due to which that causes the air pollution. One of the major, you can say, moving towards in direction of controlling the air pollution is the use of unleaded petrol. So unleaded petrol is that petrol in which no lead is there. When no lead is there, that means they will not release lead into combustion, into atmosphere while combustion. Do not release lead after combustion. Right, that is why the unleaded petrol is used. So this is a first advantage of that, and second advantage is that you know about the catalytic converter. In this case, the catalytic converter that should be employed. Catalytic converter. Right. Now let's move towards our next question, which is also a 1 mark question. Mention 2 harmful effect of UVB exposure on human eye. UV means ultraviolet rays. These ultraviolet rays, when they fall on human eye, they causes snow blindness. Snow blindness. When they fall on cornea of human eye, they causes snow blindness, and again they also causes cataract. Right? These are the further consequences of this UVB exposure. Now tell me one thing, in what situation these UVB rays they fall on this earth's surface? We have one layer present on the stratosphere. If that layer is present, then why this UV rays they are falling on earth's surface? The reason is that we have a ozone hole. That is because of the gases which is secreted by the atmosphere. Because of the earth crust, because of the human activities, the gases are secreted, due to which the ozone layer which is present in the stratosphere, that is being degraded at a very fast rate and causing a ozone hole, due to which these rays they are falling on the earth's surface, and these are the further consequences of these. Let us move towards the next category of questions, that is of 2 marks. Fish mortality increases with influx of nutrients in a freshwater body. Write 2 reasons how will the influx of nutrients affect the BOD level of this water body. Now they are asking that fish mortality is increasing because of influx of nutrient in water body. Write 2 reasons for that. Now they are talking about water bodies. In the water bodies, so many nutrients are there. So just imagine a situation, if nutrients are rich in water body. So in the water body there will be excess growth of microorganism because they will try to feed on these nutrients. So excess growth of microorganism. When there will be an excess of growth of these microorganisms, then what will happen? Such microorganisms, if they are flourishing at a very fast rate, they will utilize more and more oxygen. Now just tell me one thing, will that oxygen will be available to the fishes or not? They will not be available. That ultimately causes a death of fishes. Death of fishes. Nutrient rich is there in the water body, excess growth of microorganism will happen. More they will utilize oxygen because they have to convert these organic nutrients into the inorganic form. Death of fishes. And next part they are asking, how will the influx of nutrient affect the BOD level of this water body? Now BOD is what? That is a biological oxygen demand. That is a BOD. Suppose a situation is there when BOD level is a normal. When we talk about a situation in a pond, a BOD level is a normal. That is the biological oxygen demand is normal. That's why the fishes are surviving. Suppose microorganisms, they are growing at a very fast rate. They will utilize more and more oxygen. That means a BOD will increase. When biological oxygen demand will increase, definitely we know the relationship between the BOD and DO. So the dissolved oxygen which is present in the water, that will lower. So what will happen? The DO or dissolved oxygen will lower. Right? This is a relationship that we can derive. So influence of nutrient, they will decrease the BOD level of this water body. So this you have to answer. 2-mark question, this is how you have to answer. Hope the things are clear to you. Now let's move on to our next question. What is a poly blend? We have already studied about the polymer blend. So the poly blend was first of all made by Ahmad Khan. Right, and poly blend is made from plastic. It is a powder made from plastic. By processing plastic, a special kind of plastic, because we know these plastics, they are non-biodegradable, so a poly blend, a powder is made. And when this poly blend is mixed with bitumen, and that solution, that mixture which is obtained because of these mixing these two different substances, if that is used for making roads, overall life of these road will be more. So they have a high water resistance, and 3 times more life. Right. Ahmad Khan, he prepared one powder by processing plastic, one special kind of plastic which is called as a bitumen. When it is mixed with, which is called as a poly blend, when it is mixed with a bitumen which is used for the preparation of the road, overall the life of road is increased by 3 times, and that show a very high water resistance. So we have discussed about the question number 5, poly blend. What did the plastic manufacturer think of producing it? Why did the plastic manufacturer, and write its usefulness, right? Now let's move on to the next question. Again the same category, that is of a 2 marks. Explain the relationship between the CFC and the ozone in atmosphere. Now one thing, what is a CFC? CFC is called as a chlorofluorocarbon. Chlorofluorocarbon is one of the greenhouse gas, and this chlorofluorocarbon CFC comes from the various instruments like AC is there, the refrigerator are there, they releases this CFC. They causes a negative effect on ozone. So the negative effect on ozone, we have discussed about the relationship between ozone and the CFC in detail in sessions. So actually they deplete the ozone layer. Ozone, if I have to write the ozone, can I write ozone like this, O3? So they deplete ozone, due to which one hole is formed, that is called as a ozone hole. That is called as a ozone hole. Now this ozone hole allows the penetration of the UV rays, the harmful rays that comes on Earth's surface. Now let's see how this chlorofluorocarbon, they act on the ozone. This is called as a chlorofluorocarbon, right? When in the atmosphere, when sun rays, the UV rays, they are falling on it, UV rays. When these UV rays, they are falling on it, these chlorofluorocarbon, they again degrade into this, and they produces a molecular chlorine. That chlorine, a nascent chlorine, that is also produced, and that nascent chlorine which is produced, similarly large and large amount of these chlorine they will be produced. These chlorines which are produced, they act on the ozone. They act on ozone. What they do? They releases molecular oxygen. So they causes a ozone hole. Similarly, in a life, one chlorofluoro molecule, they degrade around 1 lakh molecules of ozone. So this is the reason they causes a degradation, and this is a relationship between a CFC and ozone in atmosphere. This ozone layer which I have mentioned over here, this is present in stratosphere. This question can be asked in your medical entrance examination, that it is present in stratosphere. They are present in a stratosphere, right? This is a CFC, a relationship between ozone and the CFC. First of all, you have to explain about the CFC, what is the source of CFC, then you have to explain about the relationship or this type of reaction between a CFC and ozone. This is how you have to attempt this question. So first of all, note down this, then we will proceed further. So students, hope you have noted down this. Now let's move towards the next question. Next question is from separate category, that is from a 3 marks. So you have to write this question in bit of detail. Explain the changes that can be observed in characteristics of a river wastewater when a sewage is discharged into it a few weeks after the discharge with respect to level of dissolved oxygen and the population of a water organism. Now, just remember that question which we have discussed. In the question, a nutrient was discharged. In this, the sewage was discharged. Sewage, we know the sewage is same, they are a rich source of organic nutrient. Sewage rich in organic nutrient. When sewage is there, and it will be rich in the organic nutrients as it is released into a river water. When it is released into a river water, definitely they will allow some disturbance in the water bodies. Sewage rich in organic nutrient. Now what will happen? Excess of growth of microorganism. Excess of growth of microorganism. Now, because of excess of growth of microorganism, as we have discussed in the previous question also, they will utilize more and more oxygen. When they will utilize this more and more oxygen, definitely overall the reduction in the dissolved oxygen will happen. Or if I say in opposite language, there will be increase in the biological oxygen demand. Overall the BOD is increased. Now, this increase in BOD doesn't allow the fishes to grow. So, leads to death of fishes. Why? Because they are not getting enough amount of nutrient, they are not getting enough amount of dissolved oxygen. So, because of reduction in reduction in dissolved oxygen. Now dissolved oxygen is reduced. Definitely there will be a death of fishes. Now come back to the question. The first part indicates the level of dissolved oxygen. What will happen? Answer first. Level of dissolved oxygen reduces. Why? Because of increase in biodiversity. Sorry, because of increase in biological oxygen demand. Still biodiversity is going in my mind. So population of the freshwater organism. What will happen to population? I have written over here death of fishes. So the population of the freshwater organism, they will reduce. Right, students? Now, let's move towards the next question. Hope this question is clear to you. So, the next question is related to a greenhouse effect. Let's learn about the greenhouse effect today. Explain greenhouse effect and depletion of ozone layer with reference to a global warming. Till now we have learnt about a CFC and a relationship between a ozone also. We have to first explain about a greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect is a normal effect which has to happen on earth crust. If this will not happen, the temperature will not be able to survive us, or if I say we will not be able to survive, because the temperature at that time will be in minus, and you know minus degrees there, the permafrost condition is there. Will you be able to survive? Definitely not. I will not be able to survive. So because of the greenhouse effect, there is a increase in the overall temperature. So what is a greenhouse effect? Greenhouse effect means the gases are there. Carbon dioxide is there, the CFC is there, nitrogen oxide are there. CFC are there. These gases, they act as a greenhouse gases. Whenever any sun rays, hope you remember that session we have discussed about the greenhouse effect in detail. Whenever any sun rays, they fall on the earth's surface. The longer wavelength, they will not be able to escape because they get trapped into these gases. Because of which the temperature of earth that will be reduced. If temperature, that will be increased. If temperature of earth that is increased, then definitely they will become habitable. Nowadays the problem is that continuous there is an increase in a greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases, as there is an increase in such type of gases because of burning of fossil fuels, because of the using of refrigerator, using of the air conditioner. So what is happening? Temperature is greenhouse gases is increasing, greenhouse effect will increase, greenhouse effect will increase, and definitely the overall temperature of earth will be increased. That is a major consequence. Now, depletion of ozone layer with reference to global warming, that we have to explain. So be wise while answering such type of question. In the greenhouse gases, I have explained about the CFC. So CFC is that which affect the ozone. So what is happening? Overall, the thickness of ozone is decreased, right? As the thickness of ozone is decreased, that means more and more radiation that come on Earth's surface. More the greenhouses are there, that means a less number of this high frequency high wavelength radiation will be able to excrete out. So less number of waves. basically long waves will reflect back. Why? Because they will be able to trap in the gases. Because of greenhouse gases. So this is that will further lead to one major issue which we are facing today is global warming, right? That means overall temperature of Earth has been increased. Drastic increase in the temperature is there. That is called as a global warming. So this is a question number 8. This is how you have to attempt. Next, move towards the next question, question number 9. A next category, that is of a long answer type question. So 5 marks question. First part is that why are catalytic converter recommended for vehicles? Catalytic converters, these catalytic converters doesn't allow the escape of various gases. Those gases which are released normally, they are nitrogen oxide, they are a carbon monoxide, and certain unburnt hydrocarbons are there. Am I right? These gases, they are released, nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, unburnt hydrocarbon. Normally this happens. By application of these catalytic converter, these gases, the emission of these gases, they are reduced. So what this catalytic converter do? Catalytic converter help in conversion of this nitrogen oxide into nitrogen, dinitrogen and oxygen. CO is released in the form of carbon dioxide, whereas this unburnt hydrocarbons, that is released in the form of carbon dioxide and water, right? This is a use of a catalytic converter. Normally when we burn any fossil fuels, there is a release of nitrogen oxide, there is a release of these carbon monoxide and the unburnt hydrocarbon. Catalytic converter, they help in converting all of these, and so that the overall effect of the exhaust, overall effect of these gases, they can be reduced. Let's move towards the second part. Why should such vehicle use only unleaded petrol? Now come to this side. Unleaded petrol. Normally when we use any petrol, the catalyst is there that causes deactivation of catalyst. So we should always use unleaded petrol as per if we are employing the catalytic converter in your vehicles. Now, why is CNG preferred to diesel as a fuel in vehicle? There are so many reasons for that. One of the reason is that it is cheaper. Second reason is that they are efficient in burning. Another reason is that they cannot be siphoned by thieves. Right, and so many other we have studied. So this was a 5 marks question. This is how you can attempt. Now let's move towards the next question, question number 10. Again, this question is of related to ozone layer. Why is ozone layer required in stratosphere? How does it get degraded? This is the earth crust. We can see a layer is present all around the earth's surface, and that layer is called as a ozone layer. That diagram which I have made in the session related to the ozone layer, that you have to draw in this question. So ozone layer is there. This ozone layer is present in stratosphere. Right. Sun is present over here. Rays which are falling on this earth crust, they will be reflected back like this. Some of the rays, they will not be able to again go back, and they will get trapped into the earth crust like this. Some are reflected back. Those which get trapped into it, that is because of greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases, they make earth temperature habitable. Right. Here I have made an ozone layer present. This ozone layer doesn't allow some of harmful rays to penetrate onto earth's surface. They will be reflected back from this position only. This is a function of a ozone layer. This is a use of a ozone layer. Why ozone is necessary? This is a reason for that. Why is ozone depletion a threat to a mankind? If suppose some ozone hole happens over this region, these harmful radiation, they will be able to penetrate onto the earth's surface. These are what? Harmful radiation. That means UV rays. That means ultraviolet rays. These ultraviolet rays which fall on this earth's surface, they causes a major destruction. As I have discussed, when they fall on eye, they causes snow blindness. When they fall on cornea, they causes snow blindness. When they fall on the skin of a human being, they causes a disruption in the sequence of nucleotide. Some are being added, some are being knocked out, due to which a mutation can happen, and that also leads to skin cancer. Skin cancer. Carcinomas. That leads to these. Why is ozone depletion a threat to mankind? Hope you can explain. By the way, the harmful radiation, they can penetrate, they causes this much of problem, etc., etc., and etc. So we have discussed, students, around 10 questions. Hope all these questions are clear to you. 1 marks, 2 marks. Trying to practice more and more questions, because practice makes a man perfect, and you have to be perfect because you are preparing for the board exam. So we'll meet in the next session. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you so much, students, for watching this.